called CPS on my mom's boyfriend when I was 12, and it changed everything. I was just a kid, barely 12, when I picked up the phone and called CPS on my mom's boyfriend. It's not something you expect a 7th grader to do, but I couldn't take it anymore. The house we lived in, me and my mom, her boyfriend, and his daughter, was a pressure cooker, and I was about to explode. We all lived together in this cramped, old house in the middle of nowhere. My mom's boyfriend, Charles, was a loud, angry guy who always seemed one wrong word away from losing it. His daughter, Chloe, was 9 months older than me, and she got the worst of it. I remember when I was younger, maybe 8 or 9, seeing him grab her by the hair and drag her up and down the stairs like she was nothing. The sound of her crying, the thuds on the steps, it's burned into my brain. I was too young to understand how wrong it was, but it scared me enough to hide in my room. As Chloe got older, things only got worse. Charles was a bully, plain and simple. He'd scream at her, calling her ugly, stupid, worthless. He'd throw tools, books, whatever was in reach, and sometimes he'd kick her when she didn't move fast enough. My mom wasn't much better. She'd join in, humiliating Chloe, like when they banned her from sitting in the cab of Charles's truck after she got her period. They said she'd ruin the seats, so she had to ride in the bed of the pickup, even in winter. I didn't know it then, but that was dangerous. Carbon monoxide could have killed her. They also made her clean the attic of Charles's shop, crawling around in bird poop and dust, all by herself. I can still hear her coughing when she came down, covered in grime. Chloe wasn't perfect. She stole stuff, food, clothes, anything she could get her hands on. Charles and my mom called her fat, but looking back, I don't think she was. She was just a kid, probably hungry and desperate. I was too young to get it, and I'm ashamed to admit I went along with her crap for a while. When I was 11, they paid me $5 a week to lock Chloe out of the house after school so she couldn't steal their food. It was winter, freezing, and she didn't even have a coat. I'd stand at the door, watching her shiver on the porch, and I'd tell myself she deserved it because that's what they told me. God, I hate that I believe them. By the time I was 12, Charles's abuse was relentless. He'd scream at Chloe until his face turned red, throw things, kick her. I'd hide in my room, blasting music to drown it out, but I couldn't unhear her sobs. One day I just broke. I couldn't keep pretending it was normal. I went to school, told my teacher everything, and she looked at me like I just dropped a bomb. She said I should call CPS, but I knew they'd been called before. Chloe and I always lied to protect Charles because we were scared. This time I decided I'd do it myself. I snuck into the school office during lunch, heart pounding, and dialed the number. It was chaos after that. CPS showed up, and the police went to Charles's job to question him. They didn't arrest him, though, which I still don't understand. They told him what I'd said, stuff only someone in the house would know, but didn't say it was me. Charles assumed it was Chloe and went after her even harder. I felt like I made it worse. Eventually, it came out that I was the one who called. He never laid a hand on me, but the way he looked at me after that, like I was a traitor, made my skin crawl. He stopped hitting Chloe in front of me, but I knew it didn't stop. She'd come to school with bruises she tried to hide on her long sleeves. Things got uglier. One time, my mom put laxatives in the milk because she thought Chloe was drinking too much. Chloe was sick for days, and nobody cared. When she was a junior in high school, she'd had enough. She ran away, clear across the country. Nobody looked for her, not Charles, not my mom. I heard later she told Charles she'd been raped, and he laughed at her face. Laughed. I still can't wrap my head around that. I'm in my mid-20s now, and my mom's still with Charles. They act like nothing happened, like they didn't ruin Chloe's childhood. I tried talking to my mom about it, but she brushes it off. Says Chloe was troubled and brought on herself. Charles is still the same dumb, lazy guy, sitting on the couch all day, yelling at the TV. I want to scream at them both sometimes, but I don't. I just keep my distance. Chloe's doing okay, from what I hear. She's got a job, and her grandparents help her out. She still talks to Charles and my mom, which blows my mind. How do you forgive that? We don't talk.